Welcome back to NoticeGT. Today I'm joined again with no one, but we move on. Now let's talk about the new replacement for the 720S, the 750S. With a curb weight of 3,062 pounds, it's lighter than its predecessor by 30 pounds. It's got electrically actuated twin-scroll turbochargers attached to a 90-degree 4-liter V8, which produces 750 feet of shiker, or 740 horsepower, and 800 newton-meters of torque. It's paired to a 7-speed with a short final drive. With a top speed of 206 miles an hour, McLaren has made a car that has once again pushed the benchmark just a little bit higher. And now I personally prefer the colors and the spec of the MSO version because it just looks a little more aggressive and it's got more color options. But my favorite part about this car is I'm sure that we have all heard of the new AMG Project 1 and how they've taken a hybrid engine out of their 2017 F1 car and put it into a road legal car, and they have made something that holds the record for the road legal production car around the Nürburgring, Red Bull Ring, and Monza. It's got a top speed of 218 miles an hour, and AMG boss Tobias Moers said that our F1 engine is far more durable than most people expect. And if you look at the load it must take in an F1 race compared to how it's likely to be used in a street legal machine, you can see it's going to have a lot less work to do. Originally there were 275 of these cars, now there's only 274 because one of them burned down during transport while it wasn't on. So yes, this car's engine can handle any kind of load except for none. Now, if I was the guy who owned this car, I'd be more pissed off at the fact that I never got to drive my car than the fact that I just lost $2.7 million. And if I was Mercedes, I'd remake that car just for him because, no offense, his car burned down when it wasn't on. Like, come on. Now for our next story, Lotus has released a final gas-powered car. They call it the Emira, and this thing is amazing. It starts at $105,000 and it's worth every single penny. It's got a supercharged V6 that makes 400 horsepower. It's paired with a 6-speed manual, and it's a huge step up from the Evora GT that we used to get. And think of this, it has got a nice screen, it's got decent room inside, and being a Lotus, it drives amazing. It's balanced, grippy, and spirited. And look at it, it's beautiful. Like, plus when you pull up in this, you have something that most other sports cars seem to have forgotten. Their history. Now, if you pull up in a Ferrari or a Porsche, you don't need to explain that to anyone. You don't have to justify it. But when you pull up in a Lotus, you can tell everyone about all the cool history of Lotus and their racing and their F1 history and everything. And to me, that's priceless because that creates memories. Damn, I want one. Only thing this thing needs is an exhaust. Now, if you don't know this already, I don't like extremely vials or EVs, and I do kind of like the Hummer EV though. But now I'm going to destroy that little bit of love. Because the team over at Munro and Associates recently tore down a Hummer EV's battery pack, which weighs on par with the Miata. Now, this is a 246 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is the second largest pack offered by any manufacturer. But it was built like idiots, by idiots, like an idiot. First, the materials they used was stamped steel, which is a lot heavier than aluminum, which is what most car manufacturers are using to save weight. Second, because they used these steel individual components, they had to have over 3,500 laser projected and spot welds, which adds more to the manufacturing costs. And the conclusion that they came up to was that GM is most likely losing money on every single one they sell. But it can crab walk. BMW has unveiled the new 5 Series, and unfortunately it comes with an electric option. Right, now you can have a 530i with a 255 horsepower 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, a 540i xDrive with all-wheel drive and 375 horsepower 3-liter turbo 6, and they're both going to be mated to a 8-speed auto with a mild hybrid system. The i5s are just stupid. Now the M5 that we all actually care about and we want will most likely be a plug-in hybrid, which is probably why it will be the fastest M5 yet, and it most likely won't be unveiled until next year. As far as the design goes, it looks, I mean, I don't know, BMWs have lost that it factor, you know? Like, they used to look like they belong in a mafia. Now they just kind of look like duds. I mean, it's not as bad as the 7 or the 3 or the 4 series, but is BMW about to only make ugly cars? Now that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked. Please subscribe, share, and comment. Peace.